Hey everybody, today we are going to bake the most delicious carrot cake from scratch that you have ever tasted. Listen, it's from scratch, but it is easy, it is convenient, and it makes a great cake for any type of a celebration or just because. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first step to the carrot cake is you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. I also need to grease my pans. So today's carrot cake, I'm going to place in a bundt pan. So I have greased the bundt pan very, very generously in all the little cracks. You also could place this cake in two 9-inch cake pans. You could do a 9 by 13, however you want to present the cake. In the description below, I will have the recipe and the cake cooking times for the different pans that you can choose from will be also included in those instructions. But today it's going to be a carrot cake bundt style, and let's get started. The first step is, I'm going to set my pan aside there, is to mix all of the dry ingredients together. And that consists of 2 cups of flour. And the reason you want to mix these all together is the spices need to kind of adhere to one another. Baking powder is going to go in next. And I am going to use 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Next up is baking soda. And the baking soda is going to be 1 teaspoon. The next item is going to be salt. So I'm just going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then your next item is going to be some cinnamon. This is where the cake gets its warmth and all of the spices, the cinnamon and nutmeg together. That's what brings this cake, kind of brings this cake alive. So we are going to put in 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. It wasn't so easy. And then for the nutmeg, we're going to just put in 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Ooh, and I can feel and smell it all coming together right now as soon as I opened up that nutmeg. Just a nice blend of spices. So I'm just going to take my whisk and I'm just going to pull all of these spices together with the baking soda, baking powder, and the flour to make sure that it's all kind of mixed evenly. And now I'm going to just set this dry ingredient aside, and we're going to work with our wet ingredients. So next up, I'm going to take a nice clean mixing bowl. I'm going to add my brown sugar. I am going to add 3 eggs, and I'm going to add them one at a time. So I'm going to add the one there. I'm going to add a cup of vegetable oil. And I'm going to start mixing this so that I can mix in that egg. We're going to do the eggs one at a time. And that's mixed just fine. You don't want to over mix this cake. That's one thing that you'll see when I start working with the dry ingredients again, and that is to not over mix this cake. So then the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla into the mix here. And we'll just kind of give this a nice little stir. Now I'm going to incorporate my crushed pineapple. This is a 1/2 cup of crushed pineapple. And you notice that I'm not going to mix it in with my hand mixer. I'm just going to move it in with a spoon. I'm just folding it into the mixture. And then I'm also going to put in 2 cups of carrots. It's all grated fresh carrots. If you could use the fresh and grate them yourself, your cake is going to come out a little bit nicer versus buying the pre-shredded carrots. So again, I'm just going to fold this in. very gently. And then I'm also going to add in a half a cup of chopped nuts. This is walnuts. You can use pecans, but you want to crush up and chop up your nuts. And again, I'm just folding this into the batter. And now I'm going to grab my dry ingredients back and I'm going to add and mix this in. I'm going to fold it in with my wood spoon, but just a little bit at a time. Oh, and you can smell the spices now, the nutmeg and the cinnamon all coming together with that brown sugar. And again, this is just going to take a few moments because you're just mixing it in. I'm going to add a little bit more in until you get it all incorporated. This cake touches my heart a little bit. This was my mom's favorite cake, and I remember making it for her plenty of her birthdays. Now, the pineapple, a lot of times people will make carrot cake without the pineapple, but if you want to lock in that moisture and make this carrot cake an award-winning recipe, you got to add that. That pineapple is key. You don't taste the pineapple in it, it just holds the moisture of the cake together. Meaning you're not going to crunch down on a pineapple. It's all going to cook in there. All right, so here's the remaining of my dry ingredients. I'm just going to fold this in gently. Sometimes people put raisins in their carrot cake. I don't, but I have had carrot cake with a raisin in it. The raisins also will help hold the moisture into the cake. So you could add raisins in it if you'd like. So that's plenty. I don't need to mix it anymore. Like I said, you just want to mix it till your flour is incorporated there. You don't want to over mix this cake. So the less mixing you can do, the better. Now I'm going to take my cake pan and I'm going to get the batter into the cake pans. Now, if you were doing two 9-inch cake pans, you're going to split the batter in half. And there we go. So that cake pretty much leveled itself off as I was turning it around and loading up the pan. So that looks pretty level to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this in the oven. Again, the oven is at 350 degrees. And this bundt cake is going to cook for 50 to 60 minutes. At the 45-minute mark, I'm going to start testing it though. I'm going to stick a toothpick in there to see how she is coming along. With a bundt cake, if the edges start to get a little dark, and they're cooking a little bit quicker than the insides, then I will take some tin foil and tent the outside edges so that they don't burn. So those are a couple tips for you along the way. So I'm going to put it in the oven and then we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, here we go. Here is our beautiful carrot cake out of the oven. Now, obviously, I've let it cool. It's been a little while. Transferred the bundt cake, carrot cake, to this platform here. So the next step is I'm going to set this aside. It is nice and cool to the touch. And we're getting ready to make the frosting, the cream cheese frosting. So we're going to start with 1 stick of butter and then 1 package of cream cheese. This is an 8-ounce package. Softened. You want your butter and your cream cheese to be room temperature. And then I'm going to add a little splash of vanilla here to it. And I'm going to mix this with my hand mixer. That looks pretty sturdy. And now I'm going to take 3 cups of powdered sugar and I'm going to add a little bit at a time. And I'm going to use my hand mixer and continue to mix it until it's combined. So there we go. So there's our homemade cream cheese frosting that we are going to dress our carrot cake with. And you're going to just lightly touch, not push real hard, or else you're going to be pulling the cake up into the frosting. We don't want that. I mean, it'll all still be delicious, but you're just going to keep moving it around. Now, of course, I have a thing with plastic. This would not be on a plastic cake plate. Say that fast 5 times. But I do have to travel with this cake tomorrow. So, but I normally would have it on a beautiful glass plate. We're going to let this frosting just drip right on into the inside because we know when we cut into this cake, we'll be able to just scrape that frosting out of the center. And look at that. There she is, a beautiful, beautiful carrot cake from scratch with handmade cream cheese frosting. It smells so, so good. Woo, look at that. Fine carrot cake there. It's going to be, mmm, the spices are perfect. Mmm. Great carrot cake. Hey, my recipe is down in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.